Okay, this is the videos for MX, and it's the first chapter for Form 5, which is the progressions, and then this is the third video for the geometric progressions, which I will talk about the paper 2 questions, which is at least you got 6 mark question over here. However, I choose 3 very different types of the past year questions in paper 2, so I hope these 3 questions can help you better understanding about geometric progressions. Okay, so first let's have a look on this question. This obviously you can see actually this is the past year question for 2011. This is the question number 3 in the paper 2. So first he gives you some information. He says it is given that ... When you see ... in front means what? Means this is the 5, 6, 7 is not the first term. Okay, this is not the A, because mean in front you still got some terms in front. So you got means this is 3 of the terms on the middle. You got 5, 6, 7, Y, and 5, 1, 0, 3 is the term on the middle. So it's the parts of the geometric progression, and then he gives you some of the first 5 terms of the progressions is 8, 4, 7. So and then he asks you find the common ratio. Okay, so because in this question actually he didn't tell you this question is arithmetic progression or geometric progression, but then when you see the A, he asks you to find the common ratio, means actually this is a geometric progression question. If this is the arithmetic progression, he will say find the common difference. When he say find the common difference, then it's AP. But then he said find the common ratio, means you definitely know this is GP already. GP stands for geometric progressions. Okay, so it's very simple for the part A. Okay, so let me write this down. So we got ... 5, 6, 7 Y and 5, 1, 0, 3, and then ... Means we got some terms in the behind and some terms in front. So first he asks you to find the common ratio, means he asks you to find the R. Okay, so let's say so we learn about the formula for common ratio. We say take the behind term divide by in front term, means Y divided by 5, 6, 7 will equal to the behind term divided by the in front term, 5, 1, 0, 3 divided by Y. Still remember this is what we say in the last video. If you got T1, T2, T3 and ... you can always take T2 divided by T1 will equal to T3 divided by T2. Behind term divided by the in front term will equal to the behind term divided by in front term. This is the I say very important method for ratio. Still remember this one? If you remember this one, then this method is going to be very useful for you to solve the common ratio. So you will be able to write out something like this, and then you just solve this equation, you can get the answer. So if you solve this equation, okay, you will got, okay, I move the Y on the top, I will got Y square will equal to, so I move the 5, 6, 7 to this side, so it will be 5, 1, 0, 3 multiple 5, 6, 7. This is a normal algebra question. So 5, 1, 0, 3 multiple 5, 6, 7. So you have got 2, 8, 9, 3, 4, 0, 1. And then you just square root the answer, you're going to get the Y. So you just square root the answer. So you press the calculator, share your answer. You got Y is actually 1701. Okay. Oh, yeah. Actually here, he tell you this is a geometric progression. Okay. If I say if the question never tell you this is geometric progression, maybe you can get the hint from the common ratio or common difference. Okay, but then this question actually, the question actually tell you this is a geometric progression. Okay, anyway, okay, so now we got Y will equal to Y701, means this is the Y value 1701. So after we got Y, it will be very easy for us to find the ratio. So R will equal to 1701 divided by 567, or you can take 5103 divided by 1701. You will get the same answer. Okay, so here you can get 3 for R. So R you can get will equal to 3 if you press the calculator, divided by 567. Yeah, you can get 3. Okay, so after you got the R equal to 3, then what is the part B? He asks you find the first term, meaning he asks you to find A. So in order to find A, in the question he gives you a very important information. He says sum of the first 5 terms. I say first 5 terms means what? So first 5 terms over here means S5. Because I say S5 means sum from the first term to the 5th term. So here is mean S5 means first 5 terms. And then he give you will equal to 847. So here I will get a very important information, which is I can know actually S5 will equal to 847. Okay, this is information given by the question. So if you know this information, then this information can actually help you to get the A. So just now what we got R is equal to 3. So I just write it down for you easy to understand. So okay, so now when R equal to 3, I say for Sn formula in geometric progression you got 2 choice. Okay, so when R is bigger than 1, so you should choose that one R is in front one. So what you should write over here, and let me double check the formula, make sure I bring the correct information to you. Okay, so yeah. Okay, yeah. So when R is bigger than 1, when R is bigger than 1, you should use this one. Sn will equal to a Rn minus 1 divided by R minus 1. Okay, this is when R is bigger than 1. Okay, when R is smaller than 1, then you should use the other one is 1 minus Rn divided by 1 minus R. Okay, that one is the when R is smaller than 1, but then this one R is bigger than 1, so make sure you use this formula. Okay, so if you use this formula, then you just substitute S5 mean now S5 mean N will equal to 5, and then we want to find A one, we got R. Okay, so I just substitute this formula into this one. Okay, so you can roughly see what I'm going to write. So I'm going to write A, R is 3 power of N, N is 5 minus 1 divided by R minus 1, 3 minus 1 will equal to 847. Okay, because S5 will equal to 847. So this is S5. S5 will equal to this formula. A bracket R5 minus 1 divided by R minus 1. And then I got R equal to 3, so I just substitute in. I think it's very easy to understand. So yeah, so now we have got A 3 power of 5. This one you just press your calculator. It's not mistaken, it's 243. 3 power of 5. Yes, it's 243. So 243 minus 1, we have got 242. Okay, divided by 3 minus 1, we got 2, will equal to 847. Then I just solve this algebra equation. Then I will got A will equal to this one 2 move to this side will become multiple, so 847 multiple 2 divided by 242. Then you just press the calculator. Let me press. So 847 multiple 2 divided by 242. So I got 7. So over here I can find the first term. So A will equal to 7 means first term is equal to 7. Okay, first term is 7. Okay, then what is the last part over here? He said the smallest values of n such that the nth term will exceed 10,000. Okay, here you got few things you must be careful. One is what is the meaning by the smallest values of n? Okay, means what? Means if you got something like this, you will got n is bigger than 2.7. Let's say you got n will be bigger than 2.7. So what is the smallest value for n you can get? Because n is bigger than 2.7, you can get 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 until infinity. So when he says smallest value, mean you will take n will equal to 3, because 3 is the smallest value when the condition n must bigger than 2.7. So 3 must be is the smallest value. So because you can get n until 100 or 1000 or 10,000, but then he only want the smallest value. So means if you got n will be smaller than 1.8. So when he say smallest values of n, so I will get n will equal to 1, because n must be smaller than 1.8. What? Mean you can get 1, 0, negative 1 until negative infinity. But then we only get the nearest one, means the smallest one. Okay, and then you might curious is, why here is 2.7? Why can't I take 2.8 or 2.9? Because n is stand for the n term. What? Means actually n term is like, okay, this one must be integer. For n in this chapter must be integer, mean we cannot have decimal. Why? Because n, let's say we got n is equal to 3, means what? N is equal to 3 means this is the third term. What? We never see something like we got 3.4 term. What is the meaning by 3.4 term? Third term, the next term will be fourth term, fifth term, sixth term, and continue. What? So we never have 3.4 term. So therefore cannot have decimal. So when he asks about the smallest values of n, so you must understand about this concept. I mean, you get the closest one. Of course, when he say bigger, you must get the bigger than 2.7. I mean, you cannot say n will equal to 2, because 2 is very close to 2.7. You must also see this inequality symbol when he say bigger or smaller. Because you might argue that this one 1.8 actually is closer to 2. Why can't I write 2? Because he say n must be smaller than 1.8. So the closest one we can take is 1. Okay? If you understand this one, then I proceed. Okay. Then the part C. Okay. The smallest value. So over here. Okay, so I just write down whatever I find just now. A equal to 7. R is equal to 3. This is what I find just now. Okay, so now he say the smallest values of n such that n term will exist. Exist means what? Means bigger than okay? Exist means bigger than 10,000. So he say n term must be bigger than 10,000, must be exist 10,000. Okay, so you must write out this one, and then he asks you to find the n value. Okay, in geometric progression, most of the time you want to find the n value, you have to use log So for this one, what is the formula? The formula is AR n minus 1 should be bigger than 10,000. This is the formula for Tn in geometric progression. Okay, so A is what? A is 7, R is 3, and n minus 1, I just write n minus 1 will be bigger than 10,000. Okay, and then one more time I must remind you, you never multiple 7 into the 3, even there seems that they can multiple, because they have the different power. You cannot multiple in. You cannot multiple in. For example, maybe I give you some example. Let's say 2, and then you got 2 power of 3. Okay, means you, okay, 2 multiple 2 power of 3 is what? Is 2 multiple 8 what? Well, 2 power of 3 is 8, then you can get 16. What happens if you multiple 2 into 8? So you will got 4 power of 3. 4 power of 3 you can get 64. See, their value is actually not equal. Mean if you multiple 2 into the 2 first, you ignore the power, you can get 4 power of 3 what? Then you can get totally different value. So remember, whenever we see you got power 1, never multiple 7 into it. Never. Okay, so now what I can do, the 7 I move to the other side, multiple 7 will become divide 7. So 3n minus 1 will become 10,000 divided by 7. Divided by 7. Okay, then I know because here this number I cannot make it become 3 power of something one. So what I do is I add log to both sides. So log 3n minus 1 will be bigger than, okay, this one I just press the calculator, 10,000 divided by 7. So actually I will get log 1428.57. Okay, and then we learn about law teach us about the power we can move in front one. The power we can move in front become n minus 1 log 3 what? Log 3 bigger than log 1428.57. Okay, this is something you should learn in a log. And then, okay, here you must always be careful. You must see what is the log value over here, because if the log value over here will give you the negative value, when you move to this side you have to change symbol. So normally when log is smaller than 1 you will get negative value, but then log 3 I think is still positive value. You press log 3 will give you give positive 0.477. You can try to press something like log 0.8, or you press log 0.7, or you can press log 0.5, or you will get negative. When you get negative, this one is n minus 1 multiple negative value. So when multiple negative value move to this side will become divide negative value, so you have to change the symbol. This one you must be very be careful in the geometric progression chapter. Okay, luckily this one is positive, so you do not need to change about this symbol, so it will be very simple. So okay, in order to make you do it carefully, so I recommend you press this one into the number, then only you solve the equation. So n minus 1, so for log 3, okay, log 3 is 0.4771, okay, will bigger than, so what is log 1428.57? So you got 3.1549. Okay, then because they are multiple, so you move to this side, they will become divided. So okay, I continue here. So n minus 1 will bigger than 3.1549 divided by 0.4771. Okay, then n minus 1 will bigger than, so I just solve this one, divided by 0.4771. So I will got 6.61. Okay, and then minus 1 move to this side will become positive 1. This one no need to change because just negative, just plus and minus. This is plus and minus only. So you will got 6.61 plus 1. So n will bigger than 7.61. So he wants the smallest value. Smallest value means you can get 8, 9, 10, 11 until infinity. So we get the smaller one. So n will equal to 8. This is the smallest value of n. See, this is the meaning, the smallest value of n. Okay, so smallest values of n. So n will equal to 8. Okay, because here what he asked for, he asked the smallest values of n such that n term will exceed 10,000. So means what? Means when n equal to 8, you can get the value is more than 10,000. If you do not believe, you just do it yourself. T8, okay, you find the value for T8 in this question. So T8 is equal to what? A R n minus 1, what? N minus 1, 8 minus 1. So we just 7 multiple 3 power of 7. So 3 power of 7, you got multiple 2187. Then you can get 15309. So this value is actually more than 10,000. What? Okay, yeah. So this is the way to solve this one. Of course, you might argue that T7 maybe is more than 10,000. Okay, you just do it yourself. T7. So I can sure that T7 you got the value actually is smaller than 10,000. Okay, this one is something involved log means you have to know how to use the log to solve this kind of question. Okay, yeah, so okay, so let me explain another question quickly. Okay, because my video camera is run out of battery, so yes, so let's do this one. Okay, quickly. Okay, first he say Mutu start working the companies on 1st January 2002 with an initial annual salary of 18,000. Every January the company increased his salary by 5% of the previous year's salary. Okay, so this one, before we start to do, we must understand something very important is, okay, in 2002, okay, mean in 2002, the person's salary is 18,000. Okay, this one is given by the question, and then he say every January, mean this is 1st January, what? Every January the company will increase 5%, mean he will plus 5% for the next year, mean for 2003 your salary will increase 5%, actually is 900, so it will become 18,900. Of course, you want to know how is 5%, you just press the calculator, 18,000 multiple 5%. Okay, means he plus RM 900 for next year, and then he will plus 5% again to 2004. Because every year is plus 5% of the previous year, so the 5% is from here. Okay, so now if I want to write this one in the geometric progression form, so you must be careful. So okay, let me do one more time. Okay, this is 5%, so I press 18,900 multiple 5%, multiple 5%, where is the percent? Yes, so I can get, actually he plus another 945, so plus 18,900. Okay, so you can get 18,900 plus 945, so you can get RM 19845. Okay, so I roughly write out the geometrics. So 1800 is the first term, and then 18900 is the second term, and then 19845 is the third term, and continue. Okay, so now, because this is geometric progression, so we know A is equal to 18,000, but then we want to find R, because a lot of students will straight away write R is 0.05 because he say this one is 5%. It is not. It is plus 5%, actually is 105. However, I want you to play safe, so you better use the second term divided by first term. 18900 divided by 1800, so actually you can get 1.05. Okay, this is our mean. In order to get this value, you have to multiply 1.05, and then in order to get this value, you have to multiply 1.05. Okay, this is the meaning. So make sure you don't write 0.05, because if multiple 0.05, your value will get smaller and smaller and smaller. Okay, so if you got this one, then will be very simple. He says A, he asked you to find about his annual salary to the nearer RM for the year 2007. Okay, this one is year 2002. What? This is 02. So you have 03, 04. And then we continue, got 05, 06, and 07. So I write out in order to make you understand which term is it. So this is first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. So this one actually is T6. So for year 2007, actually it's the sixth term in the geometric progression. Okay, you just calculate first, second, third, fourth, fifth, and sixth. Okay, so if this is the sixth term, so you just apply the formula, is ARN minus 1. So AR is 1.05, N minus 1 is 6 minus 1, so it's 5. So just 18,000 multiple 1.05 power of 5. So actually you can get RM 22973, because he say here's to the nearest RM one. So actually I didn't take the decimal. Okay, so this is the answer for the A. Okay, so this is you just the dangerous part is the R because a lot of students make mistake on the R. Okay, so part B actually is very simple. He say the minimum values of n actually is same with what he asked just now, the smallest values of n and the minimum values of n actually is all the same thing, such that his annual salaries in the n year is more than means more than 36,000. So this one same thing, you have to use log to solve. So okay, so let me write it over here. So Tn means we want to know which year he can get a salary more than 36,000. So same thing, A is 18,000. Okay, A is 18,000. R is 1.05, and then n minus 1 should be more than 36,000. Okay, so then I just solve this one quickly. So this one cannot multiply, so I move to this side, will become 3600 divided by 18000. So I can get 1.05. Okay, n minus 1 will be bigger than 2. Okay, you just divide here, you can get 2. And then log tell us this one, okay, add log for both sides. So log 1.05 n power 1 will be bigger than log 2. Okay, so n minus 1 I move over there, so I can get n minus 1 multiple log 1.05 will be bigger than log 2. So I just solve this one by moving the log 1.05 to the other side, multiple will become divide, so n minus 1 will become log 2 divided by log 1.05. And then just press the calculator. Okay, make sure this one is the positive value. If this is small, this is log is smaller than 1, this one is negative value, you have to change the symbol. So yeah, because I just do it quickly, so log 2, okay, divided by log 1.05. So I can get 14.2. Okay, so I continue here. So n minus 1 is bigger than 14.21. So n will be bigger than 15.21, because minus 1 move to that side just become plus 1. So plus 1, 14 plus 1 will become 15. It's simple. So n, the smallest value is, or they say minimum value is n will equal to 16. Means, okay, this is minimum value. Minimum values of n. So means what? Means T16 you can get more than 36,000. That's all. Okay, so yeah, geometric progression you always need to use the log to solve it. Okay, then we got the last part. Last part is very simple. He says, okay, the total salaries to the nearest RM pays to him by the company for the years 2002 to 2007. Means what? He want a total salary, means you have to plus the 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006, 2007. So means you have to use the sum from the first term to the 07. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This one is S6 lah. So yeah, so I straight away write S6 because from year 2002 to 2007 you got 6 years. 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2002, 2003, 2004, 2005, 2006 and 2007. So you got 6 years. So I write X6 for it. And then okay, then before I use the formula, you must see what is the R. R is 1.05. It's bigger than 1. Bigger than 1, then I have to use the ARN minus 1 divided by R minus N. R minus 1. Okay, so I just put it. So the first one is 18,000, A for 80,000, R is 1.05, and then yes, and then N is 6 minus 1 divided by R is 1.05 minus 1. So yes, you just press the calculator. So let me press the calculator quickly because my run out of battery. Okay, power of 6 and then minus 1. Okay, multiple 1800, then I will get 6121.72 divided by this one minus 1, we got 0.05. So answer divided by 0.05. So actually I will get RM 122,434.43. Okay, when he say to the nearest RM, maybe you do not need to write about 0.43. So total about 6 years is about, okay, it's about 122,434 ringgit. Okay, this is the meanings of this question. So actually got one more example, but then the example maybe I will do it on the next video. Yeah, because run out of battery. So yeah, thanks for watching. Okay.